Hi, I'm Jason Roebling with DC Voltage, and welcome to our video demonstration of the P3 phantom-powered pedal system. If you are a guitar player like me and you use real amplifiers and effects pedals like I like to, you've probably run into the problem of batteries going dead or external power supplies, extension cords, power strips all in the way, people tripping over them, dancing, etc. P3 will solve all those problems, and I think if you've never seen P3 before, you're really going to be impressed. P3 does not alter the tone of any pedal or amplifier. It does not even come in contact with the audio circuitry, so you don't lose any tone, you don't change any tone. Also, you're not locked into using P3. You can always turn P3 off and use your amplifiers or pedals as you've always used them with batteries, power supplies. So let's start with the Fuchs rig. Behind me is the Overdrive Supreme amplifier, which has P3 factory installed. Let me cycle through these pedals here a bit and you can hear how they're working. As you can see, I've got all different makes and models of pedals here to show that P3 will work with all different brands and makes. So I'll cycle through here some. Here's clean. That's no pedals on. A little wah. A little overdrive. A little echo. So you can see I cycled through all the pedals there. The signal path is clean and clear. I could have them all on and the signal will still be clean. You can use P3 pedals and non-P3 pedals together. For example, let's say you dig up an old phaser pedal like this one here. It's not P3 ready, has not been modified, there's no battery in it. I can use this in conjunction with P3 pedals. When P3 is on a P3 pedal, the DC in jack turns into a DC send jack. So I can use a little mini barrel jumper cable those are readily available anywhere, and I can send it over and I can power it right into the DC in jack on my non-P3 ready pedal. Now let's take a closer look at a P3 ready pedal. As you can see, there are two switches on this pedal here and here. The one on the left side is P3 on or off. When P3 is on, you can now power the pedal through the cable. When P3 is off, the pedal is completely stock. You can use a battery as you normally would, or you can use your wall wart style adapter here. So adding P3 doesn't remove anything. You can use your pedals as you always have. Over here is P3 through, and what this does, when I have another P3 ready pedal next to this pedal, I need to turn P3 through on. So that'll send the power to the next pedal. If I don't have any more pedals in line here that are P3 ready, or my guitar is coming in here, I keep the through switch off. We recommend you use P3 cables because they have reinforced insulated Switchcraft jacks on the ends. They have a red sleeve, shrink wrap sleeve, so you can tell the difference between P3 cables and your other cables quickly on the gig in your bag. Okay, let's take a look at the other guitar rigs we've got here. We started with the Fuchs, which has P3 factory installed. Over here we have a Marshall, which had P3 installed with a modification kit, which you can have done to your amp, whether it's a Marshall, a Fender, solid state. And we also have a Fender back behind me to my right, which does not have P3 internally installed, but we use that to show the external P3 kit. Now let me talk about the P3 external power kit. We are working in conjunction with Fuchs to produce this kit. It's a two-piece kit. One goes back at your amplifier and one goes up by your pedals. And you can use both together if you have nothing that's P3 ready, or you can use one or the other depending on your needs. Let's look at a couple scenarios. Let's say you have all P3 ready pedals, but you get a new amp or you borrow somebody's amplifier that does not have P3. What do? You get the P3 power station. This goes back at your amplifier and you run a short patch cable, tip sleeve, right to the input of the amplifier, and on the other side you run your P3 TRS cable out to your pedals. this keeps the mess away from your feet at the pedals. Now let's take the opposite situation where you've got a P3 powering amplifier, but no P3 ready pedals. You borrowed pedals or whatever. This can sit on your pedal board, receive the P3 power through the TRS cable, and then you can run regular tip sleeve cables to all your other pedals, and then power them, splitting out here. This is called a power splitter box. Power the pedals through the standard mini DC in cables, the little jumper cables. And as far as your pedals know, they're receiving power from an external power supply or a wall wart. But you don't need any batteries, power supplies, extension cords up at the front of the stage, even with your pedals that are not P3 ready. As you can see, there are a lot of options to using P3, and you're not locked into any one scenario. You can buy the external kit and use P3 right off the bat, and then you can progressively modify your gear, your amps and pedals, and move over to an all P3 rig, which is the best scenario. Please check out the rest of our website. If you want to get started with P3, there's information there. It'll tell you just what to do. Thank you.